Hey y'all, it is Kat from KatsSouthernCharms. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I am going to teach you, or we're going to do a how to get the Larimer Effect. And what is that? You see these little veins and webbing effect details on this? That's called the Larimer Effect. And I'm going to teach y'all how to do it. That's what the back looks like. Essentially, it's like a puddle pour with a few different rules. Here's another one that I did. I did the black, the gray, used my cute little holographic flower decal. But let's talk about what I learned when I was testing this before I finalized everything to put it into a how-to for you guys to help you better have a chance for success. But what I did is I tested two things. One, a lot of people have said you need a low viscosity resin. And what does that mean? Like super thin. You can see here, there's no resistance when I stir this. It's super thin. That's what you need, and that's going to give you the best result. Now, today I am using Resiners Resin. I really love their resin. And y'all have heard me in the past say that I love Resiners, but the only thing is it's very thin, right? So it doesn't work for like blooms or Petri effects because it's too thin. But for this technique, it's perfect because the only other low viscosity would be a deep pour, and y'all, that takes like 2 to 3 days to cure. So this is a much better way to achieve this without that long wait. So what I did is I measured up 8 ounces of resin, mixed it up, and I separated it into 1 ounce in these little bathroom cups that I use. And what we're going to do is we're going to use alcohol ink. That is another plus that will help you achieve success in doing this technique, is using alcohol ink as your transparent color. And paste with your other colors. But the thing that's really a necessity for this effect is white alcohol ink, the Sinker White, which I have here, but I've poured into a needle bottle so it's easier to control and pour out into my cups. So let's get the colors mixed up. I have my cute little flower decals, and I'll put links for all of this stuff if you fall in love with this and you want to grab some for yourself. I'll have links for everything that I used in the description below with some discount codes too. I don't have discount codes for everything, but what I do have, I love sharing with you guys. I am all about saving money. So let's get started. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. All right. So for this, we need 4 different things. Well, I'm going to move these 2 cups out of the way because the last thing we do for this technique is a clear push. So clear resin to the back, it's out of the way, I don't have to worry about it. Now, one is going to be my paste, and we're going to use Teak Spurt's red paste, and we're going to use Marabou alcohol ink in gold for our alcohol color. You can use any alcohol ink color that you want to. That is what helps define these webbing, is the alcohol ink. So whatever color you want to put in here, go for it. I'm gonna do red, and I'm just gonna add, look, I'll just put it on the end of here. I'm not adding, see that? Like a little pea size. I'm gonna add that in there, move this out of the way. And then what I learned was the more alcohol ink, the better. So I'm gonna do like 20 drops. $19, $20. Did you count along? Comment below if you were counting. Did I miss? Was I right? Okay, so we're gonna mix these up. Y'all, look how red that is. I really am impressed with Teak Spurt's pigment paste in a bottle. That red is gorgeous. Get it all mixed up. Beautiful color. So when it mixes with the white, which this white, and always shake these up. Shake your alcohol ink, shake your alcohol. This is alcoholic 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, let's see where that gets us. That's 20 there too. Excuse my voice because I am still fighting a head cold. So I still sound like a little bit that I swallowed a frog. You see how this is getting to that 2% milk color? I really want this a little bit darker. So I'm gonna add 5 more. Another comparison, 3, 4, 5. Another comparison for this is like white school glue. You know that color? That's much better. Okay, so 25, is that what I did? 20 of the silver, let's see what that looks like. And y'all, these alcohol inks like to grab the side of your cup. So make sure you're scraping it all in there. Just like mixing your resin, you scrape the sides. Make sure you do that with this too. And I want that more. Where did my Where did you go? I know y'all are probably looking right at it saying, it's right there. Now, that's insane. How did I lose my gold ink so quickly, y'all? It's right here. I told you. All right, let's add 10 more. Okay, close enough. All right, so we're doing gold in this one. And we're gonna do silver in the other one. And I'm gonna use some of my Eyecandy colorant, pigment paste. All right, that's better. All right, so I'm gonna leave that, set this to the side. And the way that you pour this, you pour your white first, then you pour your dark, your alcohol ink, and then the last is the clear. So I'm gonna set those up in that order. Let me get these mixed. I'm gonna have to shake the silver really good to make sure there's none stuck on the bottom. I really want it combined good. And this, you know, I don't remember which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, and 1 to grow on. There you go. So that ended up being 26. Oh, well and good. I'll set that to the side. We're gonna do our white. I'm gonna shake that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I put 30 in this one. And we're gonna use our Eyecandy Vivian. Y'all, look at that purple, isn't that beautiful? That's gonna be so pretty with silver. Now, like I've told y'all, with paste, make sure you stir it around because it can get separated. So you wanna mix it good, get everything off the bottom. And see how I left part of the cover on there? It's so I can wipe my stick. And I'm not wiping it on the sides because if you wipe the sides, your lid is probably gonna stick and you're gonna have a hard time getting it off. So I stirred it up and a little dip, that is all that I'm putting in there. Beautiful. Okay, close this back. I don't wanna get pigment paste everywhere. Now let's stir up these colors. And y'all, that's the other thing with Resiners Resin. I have a 40-minute work time, so I'm not, you know, really panicking, hurrying up to use all of this before it starts getting warm or heated up. I'm good to take my time. But I do suggest, before you pour your resin, pick your colors, lay them out, just like I did. I had my paste colors I wanted to use, my alcohol ink colors. I have all of that laid out, so it's easy. Now, let's do silver and see how it's sticking to the side of the cup. Make sure you scrape down the side and get all that goodness off there. We want that metallic in our piece and not left on the cup, right? So I just scrape down the sides real good. And y'all, these, I buy my cups in bulk. I got these from Walmart, and they're just little bathroom cups. What I love about these paper ones, okay, I love that color. That's good. So, leave that there, and then let's stir this white with our same stirrer. Same thing, it wants to stick to the side, so I'm just running my stick around the side. And y'all, some of y'all that are brand new are probably thinking, they said I can't use popsicle sticks, that it will bring bubbles into my resin. Well, let me tell you, if you put your popsicle stick, and this is a great example here, you see how it has all these different colors and stuff on it. When you put resin on it the first time, it seals the wood. So you don't have to worry about bubbles escaping in your resin at all. All right, so let's pour our white. Sorry, the dogs are eating their bones, so they'll behave and stay out of my way. Do y'all have dogs? Most of y'all know I have huskies, and they're very stubborn. Very stubborn. Do you have a stubborn dog or a cat? My daughter and my grandbaby, she loves cats. Okay, so I poured my white in, and I'm gonna pour it evenly around so it's touching the edges, and I'm just gonna make sure that that's smoothed out. Okay, now we're going to pour, and all of these go right in the center, and you just dump it in just like that. And I'll scrape everything out to the center. And we'll get all that out. Don't want to waste any. Okay. Now I'm going to put that there. Oop. Got my handy dandy wipes. Y'all know I keep them close. Let me just, look, this is all you do. I use a wipe. I clean off my stick. I make sure I get the edges and the top. And guess what? It's ready to be used again. So let's do our silver. And I want y'all to really see this. Okay, right in the center. Ta-da! Scrape every last bit out. And y'all, I think I didn't run this through my resin calculator. Remember I told you you can easily find out how much resin you need by plugging in the shape on Omni Resin Calculator, and I'll link that down below too. Now, our last one pour is a clear push, and you pour it fast so it pushes everything out. Okay, get all that goodness in, and you're gonna see it. It's automatically gonna start moving and doing things, and you'll see how fast this moves, okay? There, good with that. Just wipe that down. Now we're gonna do, oop. Here, let me show you a trick while we're here. If you have a little piece of glitter, in this case, husky hair, simply pull off a piece of tape, press it on your mold. It picks up all the little resin bits, glitter, hair, anything that is in your mold that you don't want there. So there's a little pro tip for you. Now we're gonna pour our white. And get every last bit out. Want that in our mold. There you go. All right, get that there. Wipe our stick off. We're done with this. Put it to the side. And I can tell you, this mold right here is 5.5 inches across in diameter. So all you would do with that Omni resin calculator. All right, we have our red. This is gonna be pretty. Ready? Woo, look at that. Y'all, that is a bright red. Beautiful. Okay. Make sure I got every drop. Okay. Let's wipe this red off. Throw this in the trash. I keep baby wipes in a trash can next to my station at all times. So it is easy for me to stack cups after I'm done using them, throw them right away. Okay, here's our gold. Are you ready? Beautiful. Y'all, if we have anybody that celebrates Lunar New Year, that's not red and gold, is it? Or is it? You tell me. Help me learn that. I have some friends that are celebrating Lunar New Year, but I don't know a lot about it. So if you can leave me a comment and tell me, what are the traditions around a Lunar New Year? Okay, there's that. Now, our last one, y'all. Clear push. Dump it fast. Right? All right, let's don't use that. Let's use this one. Y'all, this is so pretty. And I told you there were some differences between this and, ooh, got a hair there, Dragon Scale. And the differences, the main differences are using using the white sinker and an alcohol ink. Those will really give you good success with this technique. Now, let me throw these in my trash. I'm gonna wipe these sticks off again. All right. All right. Now, I usually tell you don't use fire, but I don't want to spray alcohol in this because it's gonna mess with the way these are reacting. So I have a little baby, like brulee torch, and I'm just gonna go around the center. I don't want to go, and I'm using a thicker mold because the thinner molds are the ones that tend to, so there we go. The thinner molds are the ones that tend to meld to your project when you use fire or heat. A lot of people have been having that problem lately, and that is why. Heat and thin molds don't go together. You run the risk of melding your project to the mold, and then you have to cut it, rip it off. It's horrible. You lose your mold. It's a very sad day. So make sure that you don't use fire in those kind of molds. If you're going to do this project, make sure it's in a thicker, stronger mold like this compared to, I know I have a little baby mold here somewhere. Let me see. Ah, here we go. Like this. See how flimsy this is? And it's very, very thin. That, using heat, will meld your project to that kind of mold. So, if you're going to use this and you have to use heat, use a thicker mold and stay away from the edges. Only work in the center, okay? So, that's how we do it, y'all. We're going to let these set up, but I can tell you, this is what you're going to see. That veining like this. Do you see that veining, how it kind of like separates? Kind of like a citrus vein. If you cut open a grapefruit or an orange, you see that webbing and that veining where the pulp is. This is kind of the same reaction we're going to get. But that is if you use thin resin. Because remember, thicker resin, and I also used thicker resin in mica powder in this, and I did not get good results. So for now, until I test more mica, I would say don't use mica in this technique. Use a pigment paste, a colorant, like if you have a liquid colorant. These are alcohol inks, but let's just say it's a liquid dye, a resin dye. You can use that and it will color completely your resin. And make sure that you use the alcohol ink any color you want. You can use black. I've seen people use black and get great results. This is a midnight blue. You can use, you're already using the white, so I wouldn't reuse that one. But, you know, any kind of peak, the cerulean blue, anything like that, whatever floats your boat. Try it and see what happens. You can already see, look, y'all can already see those veins starting to develop. So that is how you do it. And I will come back. I'm going to let this cure. Come back. We'll unmold them together. And then that'll be it. But you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, because I have some really, really cool stuff coming up. If you go and look at my shorts, I did a preview of what we're going to be doing this week. One of them is something I have never done before. So we're going to do it and learn it together as I do it. And that is making our own mold. I've never done it before. I've been a big chicken about it. But I've been making the tic-tac-toe boards like this for Valentine's. And when you get these molds, it only has 2 X's and 2 O's for you to make. And that is definitely not enough to go to a customer. I send 5 of each when I do this. So I'm going to make a mold for more X's and O's, and you're going to be there with me, cheering me on. Hopefully we have success. But if not, we'll learn along the way. And we'll repeat and do it again. But make sure that you do all that like this so more people can find it if they're struggling with this technique. This will help them step by step, exactly what you need to do. I'm always happy. That is the goal with my channel, is to help beginners and resin artists learn a step-by-step, slow process so they can have more success with these popular techniques. Anyway, I'm gonna go let this cure. For you, it'll be a few minutes, well, seconds. For me, it's gonna be a little longer, but I'll see you in just a few. Hey y'all, we're back. And, kind of stuck to a puppy pad. we are good enough to go ahead and take these out. So let us start with this beautiful red and see what we have. Hello, you see through there? Okay, ready? Wow. That's interesting, huh? And we have our sticker that we're gonna put over there. Let's check this Vivian. Remember we used this beautiful lavender? All right, let's see what we have. Are you ready? Wow, these didn't turn out like I thought they would. Now I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and rethink. Maybe I didn't use as much white. Y'all, this has me puzzled. But they're still pretty nonetheless. You still see all the, you still see the webbing and all that there. So it's still pretty. It's just not as defined as I thought that it would be. That kind of shocks me. Okay, so I told you we're going to use some flowers. So let's get our red. And I have a trick for y'all. And I'll show you with the other one. I can't do it with this one. Here's our holographic that we're gonna stick there. So you can see what that will look like. And now let me show you this trick. If you ever use these stickers, and I'll explain to you why I can't use it on this one. Let me find I'm gonna use some painter's tape. Do you know how hard it is to get this separated, the backing from the sticker? Do you struggle with that too? I do too, even with nails. So, I think it was, gosh, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I wanna say it was Michelle from Glitz and Glam that I saw do this. And I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta share this trick. I'm almost positive now it was her. Now that I think about it. Okay, so, well, I always fold a tab, so it's easy to start. Now, let me show you. You put a piece of painter's tape on one side, piece of painter's tape on the other side. I'm gonna fold it down so they don't stick together. Now, watch. Let's see if it'll work. Oop. It's not working so easy. Wow, okay. Let's try this way. There we go, look. Peeled right off. So easy. And now, I just peel it, painter's tape, right off the sticker, and it's ready to go on our piece. So let's get it the way we want it. I always like using two hands. There we go. And just smooth down. But that's a pro tip for you to get the plastic off easy. Now, the reason I couldn't do it on this is because the holographic outline is on this side, and I found out the hard way. When I tried it on this, it pulled the holographic off. So, if you have a holographic on your sticker, don't use this tip. If it's a regular sticker, there you go. Easy way to get it to come off. So, that's our pieces. What do you think? Is that pretty? I'm kind of sad it didn't turn out like I wanted. Maybe I need more alcohol ink in there. But I will get this separated and put that on there. A cute little piece, y'all. I love it. But there we go. That's all we have for this video. I hope you learned something. I'm still gonna practice with this. I'm actually gonna do a deep pour and test the deep pour out to see if that thinner, even thinner resin than the Resiners will give us a better effect. But I'm kind of stumped now. And I gotta go back to the drawing board and figure out what I did different. Anyway, this still gives you a beautiful piece to work with. I really love this. I love it with our sticker on there. That flower is beautiful. Beautiful little piece. Anyway, y'all make sure you do all the YouTubey things like this. Leave me a comment below. Let me know which did you like better. And did you know about this trick to separate and get your stickers off easier? Tell me that in the comments. And if there's something that you're struggling with or you have questions about that you want to see I haven't made a video on yet, leave me that comment too. I check every comment. I reply to them all. So, until next time, y'all, happy arting. Ta-ta for now.